Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Abdullah Patel English High School and Yati Junior College. Today we are going to study our subject history, chapter number 8, that is World War and India. In this chapter we are going to see how World War has affected our country, India. Let's start. This chapter is having 4 subtopics. 8.1 is having First World War, about First World War starting from 1914 to 1918. Then 8.2 is about the Second World War, that is starting from 1939 to 1945 CE. CE is the Common Era. 8.3 consists of World War in India. It is having 2 subtopics. 3.1 is First World War in India, and 3.2 is Second World War in India, and 8.4 is impact of the World War on India. Means first we are going to study about the World War, what is happening and what happened. Then in the Second World War what happened. Then we are going to merge and see about the First World War and Second World War related to India. And finally in 8.4 we are going to see about the impact of World War in India. Okay, so starting by the first point, the first half of the 20th century witnessed 2 world wars. These were the most important events of the century, witnessed 2 world wars. It changed the world scenario. We are going to learn about its impact on India in this chapter. Okay, so the First World War, the greatest war that we cannot forget, was started in the year 1940 and ended in 1918 CE. CE is the Common Era. As this war began in 1914, the main causes of this war, why the world war has happened, okay, so it was the competition among the European countries. European country, I hope you remember chapter number 1, we have studied about the European countries, about the European nation, about the crusades, if you remember. Okay, so who nourish imperialistic ambition. Imperialistic, this also we have already studied in our first chapter. So the causes of the First World War, as we have already seen that the latter half of the 19th century was marked by the several industrial inventions. As we have seen in our starting chapter, industrial invention we have already studied, geographical discoveries we have seen, right? So machines came into use for the various production processes. European countries were now equipped to increase the production. Means each and everywhere there were no importance of God, there was no importance of religion. Each and everyone wants the profit. So because of mechanization, what happened? The production was increasing day by day, and for that production there was a requirement of raw material. So raw material, where they will be getting the raw material, how the quantity of the raw material will be increases, how the production will be increases if there is no raw material, how more market will be established. So this was a problem arises at that time. So to sell the surplus products as well. Okay, so there was a need of market, there was a need of raw material. So thus there was the inventions of the geographical explorers, that they will explore the world parts, some cities, so that they can get the raw materials also, they can rule the other countries. So this was the planning of the European people. Okay, imperialistic European nations began to search for nearer lands to meet these needs. This was often create warlike situation among them. Keeping this in view, more powerful nations in Europe felt the need to continuously increase their military power and armory. As you remember, if you remember that we have seen the Africa, if you remember. Okay, in Africa we have seen that the people from there, they have got, when geographical discoverers were gone over there, at that time they got golds also, gold mines were also searched, were explored, as well as the people were also became slaves. The people who were there, the Africans, they make them slaves, and they were working for the European people. So this was happened at that time. Okay, the countries like England, France, Russia, Portugal, Holland, Belgium, etc., had already expanded their armies in Africa and Asia. In the pre-World War, Europe, England, Germany, Austria, Hungary, Russia, France and Italy were the nations of primary importance. Among them, rival groups were formed. Because of the rivalry, every nation began to enhance their military and naval strength. There was a competition to produce more and more destructive weapons. This ultimately resulted in political situation akin to war. Now, as you remember, when the colonial rule was established in India, at that time, each and every ruler at that time who were ruling in India, they accepted whatever the rules was made by the colonial power. But over there, one ruler was there from our country, that was Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, who rose against this colonial power. For what he was opposed, that though they are only the guest in our country, they came as a guest, they came as a trader, they are not our countrymen, they are not Indians. So why we have to listen to them? Why we have to follow their rules and regulations? This is our country, this is our land. So we don't have to fight, we don't have to accept their rules. So this was the reason of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, that he has fought with them, as they have given compulsory, they have made compulsory for the license. If we want to make our ships in the way, so we have to take license, and then only if we are having permission, then only we can sail in the sea. Okay, so those permission, why we have to take permission? So this was the reason that Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj had made his naval strong, and navy army very strong. So this thing happened, this was the situation at that time, and this thing had led the colonial powers or the European peoples to make their weapons, make their destructive weapon very strong, more and more strong, and ultimately this resulted in the political situation akin to war, means industrial revolution. The main thing, the main root of the war was the industrial revolution. Earlier, when there was only religious me, the people were praying to God. There was not like mechanization was not known to anyone. There was no geographical discoveries was not done. At that time there was no problem. But as soon as when the as we enter in this age of Renaissance, there the problem started, and this led to the first cause of the First World War in our country, that the World War has been started. Then the immediate cause of the First World War. What was the immediate cause of the First World War? What happened that actually led to the cause of the First World War? So the Australian prince, Archduke Franz Ferdinand, and his wife were assassinated in Serbia by a Serbian maniac. In Austria, people believe that this whole act was maneuvered by the Serbian kingdom. Means it was a pre-plan. The people were believing that this is a pre-plan of killing Australian prince. Okay, and hence Austria called a war against Serbia. Russia came into the help Serbia. Now here, as Austria and Serbia was having a fight, Russia helped Serbia. Why there was a need of helping, but then to Russia help. So this happened, this was the differences. Two distinct groups of European nations were formed. Two distinct group of European nations were formed. One group supporting Austria and another group supporting Serbia. Austria and Hungary were trying to suppress Serbia and Germany was on their side. So this was the problem faced by the people at that time, only because a short incident, that it was a misunderstanding that Serbia has killed or planned a pre-planned murder was planned of Australian Prince Archduke and his wife. Okay, and the countries were also sided. So Belgium had a neutral policy over here. Even then, Germany attacked Belgium and established their supremacy over there. England stood up with Belgium and called a war against Germany. Now Germany, Austria, Turkey, Bulgaria, that is known as Central Powers. These are called as Central Power. Which countries? Germany, Austria, Turkey and Bulgaria. You can remember as GATB, GATB. Okay, as the central powers were on one side, and England, France, Russia. This is known as allied nation. Allied means friendly alliances was created. So this are called as allied nations. Who? England, France, and Russia. You can remember as EFR. Okay. Were on the other, later Italy joined the allied powers. Means one more joined over here with the allied nations. In the last stage of the war, America joined in with the allied nation. A naval war was fought. Naval means by sea. A naval war was fought in 1916 between Germany and England at Jutland in the North Sea, and German navy was defeated. German related to central powers. Okay, so here central power was defeated. It resulted in the peace treaty in the 1918. So the first treaty was signed, which was named as peace treaty in 1918, known as the Treaty of Versailles. I hope you have listened this name. Okay, the Treaty of Versailles. This peace treaty put an end to the First World War. So finally 1918 we have ended by the First World War. The war has started in 1914, and finally 1918 as Germany has defeated, so the treaty was signed. The treaty name was peace treaty name was Treaty of Versailles. Okay, and hence it came to an end. The First World War came to an end. Now what happened? The foundation of League of Nations. Now, as the First World War has destructed many things, not only men, children, women, means not only population wise, but it has also lost of animals, also the loss of lands, our production system, each and everything was lost. This was very massive. The things were massive. So there was a need of foundation of League of Nations. Okay, so all the nations who were involved in this First World War, seriously they felt that there was a need to create some solution to avoid this kind of war-like situation. So Woodrow Wilson, the American president, was peace-loving and idealistic leader. He emphasized on the need of having an organization of the leading nation, finding peaceful solution for conflict between nations and establishing peace in the world. As Woodrow Wilson, who was a peace lover, he thought that if this situation happen again and again, so what will happen, how our future will be, so there should be a full stop for this kind of war. Okay, whatever the problem will be there, we will solve it, but in a peaceful manner. So what we have to do, so how we can stop this kind of conflicts between nations? So they have started an organization known as League of Nations, and thus there was this League of Nations was having some objectives. Germany, Austria and other defeated nations who has defeated in the First World War, means the central power has been defeated by the allied nation. So these defeated nations were not allowed to become members of the League. The concept of the League of Nations was deliberated by America, and yet it did not become a member of the League. As a result, England and France retained their dominance in the League. This was happened. This was like a punishment for the country who has been defeated. Okay, and those who has won the war, First World War, means the allied power, they had become the members of the League of Nations. Now Second World War. Now what was the reason of Second World War? As Woodrow Wilson, he has thought that there in future there should not be a warlike situation. There was war should not be fought, as it is the destruction of mankind, property and much more. Okay, so what was the reason of having Second World War again in the year 1939? Why it happened? 1939, and it stopped in 1945. So what was the reason behind it? So Second World War was proved to be more destructive than the First World War. It was certainly more extensive than the First World War, and its warfare was technologically more advanced. The things used for the destruction was more technologically advanced. Now what were the causes behind the Second World War? What was the causes? So the League of Nations intended to avoid conflicts between nations. Okay, as the League of Nations started, so what was the reason of making the League of Nations, foundation of the League of Nations? The main aim, the main objective of the League of Nations was to avoid the conflict between the nations. But the Nazis, under the leadership of Hitler, grabbed the power in Germany. Germany, I hope you remember, it is central power. Okay, so Hitler began to escalate Germany's military power so as to avenge the demeaning condition imposed on the Germany by the Versailles Treaty. Over here, the villain of our chapter is Hitler. Okay, he started claiming his own powers. He don't like the power what has accepted in the Treaty of Versailles. Focused on increasing the strength of military as well as navy in Germany. Meanwhile, Soviet Russia, a communist nation, was becoming more powerful day by day. It made a nation like England, America and France uneasy. Soviet Russia and imperialist Germany viewed each other as an arch enemy. Keeping this in view, England and France ignored Germany's advances, thinking that it will keep Soviet Russia increasing power. This was a mistake done by these countries, that Russia is also having their much power day by day, and Germany is also advancing day by day. So they have avoided this thing. If they have already made some plan earlier, so this would might be not happen. Second World War might not happen. But this thing was avoided by England and France. Under control in 1938, Hitler won the Sudeten province in Czechoslovakia, which was populated in majority by the people of German origin. In 1939, he attacked Poland. Actually, Poland was looked upon as a neutral country by all European nations. In spite of this, Hitler attacked and conquered Poland. Therefore, England declared war against Germany. And finally, this was the thing only because of Hitler, only because of this one person. The Second World War had happened. Okay, the main cause of the Second World War was Hitler, as he has attacked Poland, and Poland was the one place that which was having populated with majority of the people, that is Czechoslovakia, as we have studied. So Poland was as a neutral country, and it was known by all European nations, and therefore as Hitler attacked and conquered Poland, this was the reason that England declared war against Germany. Gradually, Germany began to grab lands of other European countries, and Germany started, as it was technologically advanced, as they have success in technological. So, they started grabbing the lands of other European countries in bits and pieces. It had already won Poland. Okay, at first the first attack was on Poland. At the very beginning of the war, Denmark surrendered to Germany, so did Norway. In a short time, Germany conquered Holland and Belgium also, and in army marched towards Paris. Germany conquered France too. In May 1940, it attacked England by assaulting the British patroons presented at Dunkirk. England, with great caution, moved out 2.5 lakh of its soldiers from Dunkirk. In the world history, this instance of beating a successful retreat is of great significance. During this period, Winston Churchill had taken over control of England as a Prime Minister after Neville Chamberlain's resignation from the post. So this thing happened. The things were turning very across what they have not thought about. This thing had happened actually in front of them, and finally the Prime Minister has resigned from the post, and a new Prime Minister came over there, and the situation was going worse to worse day by day, and Germany was having hold on at least half of the portion of European countries. In 1939, Hitler violated the non-aggression pact made with Stalin and attacked Soviet Russia also. While the Nazi army was marching towards Stalingrad, Russian army was on the retreat. In the month of November 1943, on reaching Stalingrad, 3 lakh soldiers of the unsuspecting Nazi army were caught in the trap set up by the Soviet army. Soviet Russia defeated the German under the leadership of Marshal Georgy Zhukov. Armies of the Allied nation took over Berlin. Hitler went in underground exile and committed suicide. Before this happened, Mussolini was also defeated and died. The Nazi soldier in North Africa had also surrendered. Means now finally Soviet Russia was also powerful over here, but he has not entered in the war. But when he has saw that the Germany was having the hold on each and every parts of the European countries, so Soviet Russia also took up, came in front and have an attack, have a trap for the Germany's, and finally Germany's has got defeated. So Hitler, he don't want to come in the hand. So finally what he has done, he just go away, disappeared, and he went underground, and he finally suicide. Mussolini, he also defeated and was died over there. Nazi soldiers who were remained in North Africa had also surrendered to Soviet Russia. Japan entered in this war in support of Germany in 1941. Now Germany, as it has started defeating, so Germany was held by Japan. So in 1941, Japan attacked Pearl Harbor and destroyed the American naval base. This resulted in America declaring war against Japan. America has declared war against Japan. That's why Japan has entered. He was not the part of the war. So why Japan has entered and why Japan has attacked the Pearl Harbor? Okay, so American has also declared war against Japan. Thus, the war filed of Second World War expanded further. This was the reason of expanding the Second World War further. Later, Japan went on capturing the region of Philippines, Myanmar, Malaya, and Singapore. In addition, Japan even marched up to Assam, Arakan, and Imphal. This drove the British to act against Japan's aggression. When Japan seemed to have been going ahead undaunted with their aggressive policies, America launched aerial attacks to Japanese cities with atom bombs, first on Hiroshima and then Nagasaki. I hope you have remembered the attacks. Till today, the attack the worst effects can be seen on the peoples of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Okay, so those one attack at the Second World War is still can be seen, is visible to us till now. At last, Japan surrendered on 15th August 1945. This put an end to the Second World War. And finally, when America has bomb attacked on the two cities of Japan, that is Hiroshima and Nagasaki, finally Japan surrendered to America. But what happened? What happened? Finally, what happened to the people of Japan? Till today, they are dealing the effects of Second World War. Right? Now, starting by the next topic, that is 8.3, World War and India. First World War and India. What effect happened in India? Let's see. The British government of India compelled India, one of their colonies, to participate in the World War without any concern for willingness or unwillingness of the Indians. Means they have not they have not taken permission from India that whether we are going to take participation or not, as we have no problem with anyone. We don't have any friendly alliances, or we don't have any enemy, but then too British government has included us to participate in the First World War without any concern for the willingness or unwillingness of the Indians. India became the source of procuring help in the form of money, food, clothing, and other war supplies. During the year of 1920, the British government in India provided help to England worth rupees 19 billion. That is 1 billion is equal to 100 crores. So just have a calculation how many crores we have given for the First World War. See, this is the table where Indian soldiers deployed by England. Country name has been given to you: France, East Africa, Mesopotamia, Egypt, Gallipoli, Salonika, Aden, Iranian Gulf. And the number of Indian soldiers and soldiers sent, Indian officers and Indian soldiers were sent. So the number has been given to you. Then total in this country, what we have sent for the First World War, how many soldiers we have sent, the ratio has been given to you. I hope it is visible to you. That is 1,96,013 soldiers were sent. So many soldiers were sent. Though we don't have any means in positive way also and in negative way also, we were not having any role to play in the First World War. But it was forcefully, Indians were forced to have their role, played their role in the First World War. Okay. Then moving further, 17 of the Indian soldiers were honored and decorated with the Victoria Cross, a medal given for gallantry. India was a major source for England, providing skilled human power and various war supplies such as ammunition, weapons, textile, jute, tents, small ships, timber, railway tracks, and transport goods. Till the end of 1918, British government in India sent weaponry and ammunition worth rupees 1.4 billion. Means only because of the soldier and because of the money, India was used in First World War. We have no role to be played in First World War, as we were not in the either of the central power, nor we were in the allied powers, okay, allied nations. But then too we have made our role in the First World War only because of the British government, that they seek our help in terms of money, in terms of goods, in terms of services. This was the role played by Indian people in the First World War, okay. And we have helped by 1.4 billion of Indian weaponry and ammunition. This is the First World War memorial at Pune. Pune, we have make the first memorial that we have taken. We have participated in First World War. So this is the memorial built at Pune. Hope the slide is visible to you people. Moving further. World War I left significant impact on the various fields, including production of war supplies, civil industries, trade, economic policies, sea and land transportation, farming and agriculture production, fuel supply, defense system, etc. This war boosted India's industrial growth. The direct and indirect impact of the war were more evident in fields like iron industry, steel industry, coal and mining industry. After the war was over, there was considerable growth in motor transportation and the number of motor vehicles. During the wartime and post-war period, there was decrease in the export amounting to loss of rupees 33 crores approximately. The prices of the agricultural products reduced, but the prices of industrial products increased. Indian food grains were exported to England and allied nations. It caused a shortage of food grains for the Indian. Prices of food grains in Indian markets began to rise. Now see, as we were not having any important role to be played in the First World War, but then too we were forced to have play our role in the First World War, but the consequences was seen by us also, okay. As we were not having any enemies, we were having no alliances, we were having no friendly alliances, but then too we have to face the problems of the First World War. Maybe the food grains, maybe the industrial problem, whatever, but we have to face a big problem. The Indian involvement in the First World War had mixed impact on India. As far as the defense tactics were concerned, the Indian soldiers and Indian political leaders learned a few things. They realized, because of their experience on the European war field, that the Indian weaponry was far too less sophisticated compared to other nations. Means now Indians come to know that the war which they are having, it is now lesser, it is not of good condition. We should have more more advances should be done in our weaponry. Okay, some factors made them understand how India could be considered backward in the matters of aircraft, mechanized war, instrument and infantry, medical facility, modernization of the armed forces, military training, adequate shortage of water supplies, etc. So these were the some positive points of the First World War, as we have participated in the First World War. So this was the positive sides also of the First World War, that we come to know that where we are lagging behind, what technological advances we should do, okay, in future if it happen in our own country. So this will not might happen, and we will be technological advanced. Considering this factor, the British government in India formed a committee to bring in effect the required changes. This committee made a report ready recommending some useful changes in the Indian military system, and hence our military system was also changed after the First World War. So this was a positive effect also, we can say, that it was also for the betterment of our country that we have changes after First World War. In 1917, Governor General and Viceroy Lord Chelmsford and Edwin Samuel Montagu, Secretary of State of India, together prepared a report on the administrative reform needed in the British administration in India. Means what administrative changes will be brought, that was also included in our country. Accordingly, apart from civil provision, a few promises were made with regard to military organization in India. It was promised that Indian soldiers will be posted on various positions in the army without any concern for their caste, race and religion. A proper ratio